I guess. Well, perhaps at the top of the second round robin they feel they've worked on it a bit, shored up what went wrong, and are wanting to kind of bring this one back up. But Kurlos is low, he's had to go into retreat, and they pick off Zalx as well. So Blank, pretty simply, right? That was just pure exertion of pressure there. It wasn't even anything in particular. Are going to be able to take out Fireball and get the cap.
And you know, you think they've won fights purely off just the damage output of the regular abilities, and still haven't had to commit ultimates yet. Except
yeah, now here we go. Kiki going aggressive, and that's really just to keep this positioning forced onto Fireball. They've got Knight out of the mech, even though it's not a kill, and they had actually picked off, I believe it was Rocket early on, so he's only just respawned. And now they're just kind of forcing Fireball into spots they can't fight their way out of.
And that's 100-0. And I feel Fireball, the big mistake there was...
Well, the only thing is if you slip the wrong way, I mean, it's really hard to stop with ice skates if you're not good on them. And I don't know how well practiced Blank are at ice skating. I mean, they're pretty good at Overwatch, but that's a bit of a different thing. And it's just, well, I don't know what kind of shoes they've got on, but they're boots that are made for walking because they're getting
Stomping
so
boots.
much. Yeah, stomping boots. Yeah, they're getting a lot of mileage out of this one. There was so many puns going on at once there. That Blank are able to...
Getting a lot of decent picks might be what they need.
Yeah, they've opened it up, but already Apudo is going to get forced right the way back. Now he's just got no targets. Nothing's in his sights. He finds you up right at the end of that one, but they're not able to touch the point. Once again, you walk in. They don't have time. They don't have health bars. They don't really have anything here. They don't have the positioning.
They do have a kill.
They do have a kill. That's actually better than what they've had before, but they still don't have a plan. And that's really what they need as they lose Rocket and Ninth, because they're not actually giving themselves the positional advantage here. And Blank are the ones set up. Blank are the ones going, all right, here's what they're going to do. Here's where we're going to go. And here's how we're going to win it. Fireball are going, well, I guess we'll just go fight them and hope that we win.
So for Fireball again, getting that they couldn't get enough mileage out of Apudo's damage.
And it's the difference between Fireball not having a plan of how they're going to win the fight and Blank having a plan of how they're going to win the fight. And this is going to be the Transcendence coming out now just to give them the last little bit of mileage as both soldiers actually running that tactical visor. But it's Blank once again getting the mileage. 100-0 indeed on all three maps. That was a Blank wash. Oh, that doesn't sound right.
100
wasn't Blank. So here we go. Blank on the defensive.
On
Fireball, it's like they're kind of expecting to encounter Blank at any moment, and they haven't yet. And now they've found them. At last. RQT, he's going to go down.
Wow, that's a shot. Okay, that's a good shot.
Sure, I mean, Blank just kind of, I think they played a bit too far
Maybe
back
Blank
there.
can't play Oaken Waltz.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe this is
what happens
this is the kind of power play where you let yourself lose a game so you could win.
So speaking from experience, you got to warm up and you got to stretch before you hit the weights. So for Blank, be able to touch the card again because the position it's in is so far away.
All right, well, here we go. Fireball committing all their ults, and they need to get something out of it, but they've already lost NZ and R. Got nothing with the self-destruct. Neither does at least get back in the mech, but Apudo opening up with the Nano Blade again. He's not finding anything, and all of the ultimates are out of the mix now, and once again, Fireball find themselves like a police station with its toilet stolen. The cops have nothing to go on, and Blank are just well ahead.
I've never heard that one before. I don't like it. That's good. And something I said as well, going into the overtime, this has been a super long, drawn-out fight for Fireball, which kind of works in their favor because they automatically force the overtime out. But they are also tripling
you say it works in Fireball's favor, but also when you look on the screen, they are losing. They're about to lose, and now they've lost.
I don't think I've ever said it was working in their favor. I always said it was going to be extremely difficult for them, being in the case that they have a long distance.
That'd be so great.
That's when you pull a Blank. When you're so favored to win, and then you just somehow get rolled.
You pull a Blank. It's like a K4 but taken to the extreme. NZ and R getting picked off by Trill is all it's going to take to open this out. Actually, Blank were taking a lot of shots leading up to that, but now the trade back on EU up isn't going to be enough. Fireball didn't close out the kills early enough, and now they find themselves kind of getting fireballed.
I was going to say Fireball were pulling a Blank, but that doesn't make sense.
Or is Blank pulling a Fireball?
Because to pull a Blank, you have to be favored to win, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, they pulled a Fireball, they top decked Fireball and found
Don't even worry about it. back to the game. It is very easy, clean, able to punish him.
But you hit the point, right, where, I mean, if you're able to get away with it so consistently, why not keep doing it? Because it gives you mileage. It can be what you need to win the game. This entire attack buys are getting absorbed by Trill's defense matrix, and a great follow-up means Fireball deciding to fight on the low ground. I'm going to pay for it. There's a nice bump kill to take out Rocket and Ninth as well. There we go. Blank finding all the space, finding all the room. Fireball all dead, and they're going to march this one right on up to the zone if Fireball aren't careful. Don't even know if they can really get out of the gates here. Trying to buy a couple of seconds as NZNR, but it's not enough seconds at all. And Blank faces on. That looked easy.
As well, they should be able to use this mobility to really put themselves in a good spot. That kill in the back against Kiki will actually help them out.
NZNR's actually got into quite a good position here. He can also disrupt some of the respawns, and he's going to force IU up away from the point to go deal with him. Even if he dies now, on top of having forced Blank's positioning with this Widowmaker pick, they should be able to set themselves up into the point. They're going to open up with a nano boost here, and it's sort of getting some mileage. Actually, it's getting just enough mileage because once again, Fireball not quite able to follow it up. Now they're starting to close out. Here we go. It took them a bit of a moment, and it looked dicey for a second, but now they're actually in the spot to do exactly what they were aiming to do. They just need to keep on the pressure here because they've kind of backed off for a moment. Aputo went and looked for a health pack. The team went, oh, let's just wait for some healing. The healers were dead. They didn't actually need the healers though because Blank weren't there. They peeled off the point, and now Blank are just going to come back in and start defending again.
Well, I'm going to use the strategy used for taking the second checkpoint kind of applies here as well. Fireball need to sort of chip away at this cap. They've got 1/3 already, good milestone. Their next push the next two pushes realistically need to get the second milestone before they can get the full cap out.
Well, they're looking like they just want to do the other way of getting the full cap out, which is get a complete team wipe and then get a few more. Good self-destructs to try and stall them up, but it's not really going to get enough for them. Kiki and Goomba only just respawning, so there's no one here to contest this one. Atar rightfully holding on to his ultimate. And actually, with the way this has fallen, Fireball do have an opportunity to get a snowball going.
I don't think they'll keep sent. That needs to be 10, 15, 20, eventually a third, and then get to the second milestone, and then you're in a situation where you can actually set up for the full cap.
Atar forced off this high ground, and losing EU up could be the opening they need. So they try and open it out, but the pulse bomb goes wide. They are getting a couple of kills here, and the sound barrier through for Fireball is kind of keeping their mileage going in this one. Trill as well out of the picture. He's going to be able to throw out the self-destruct, but he's not going to get much with it as Aputo is doing a ton of work here. They do, unfortunately, lose Ninth as Kiki getting that one crucially made us by seconds for Blank to get the defender's advantage.
This is a lot of progress.
But it's a lot of progress indeed, and Fireball still have enough in the tank. Oh, Eat You Up turns it right on back around, and Atar had just enough room to get onto the point. And unfortunately, Fireball not closing out the last couple quick enough to secure the full point, but with a whole third secured, they can at least color themselves happy.
I think that was going to be...
Do I breathe out or do I breathe in again?
You're taking too much of a breath of air, and it just goes, just goes all to your brain. Either way, it's going to be Fireball coming for ultimates. So... this is opportunity, getting a pickup earlier as well. They didn't have transcendence anyway, so maybe this Zenyatta death doesn't affect them as much. The Aputo death affects them a lot more.
Yeah, that time Aputo just not finding anything going deep on that one, and they have committed an ultimate here out of Kiki. And they are just kind of going to buy time, if nothing else. Classic Pet Diva play, just to stagger the respawns, run the clock down. Fireball did actually get the second point of that cap, though, so good progress meter there, just because even without the defender's advantage really kicks in. So unless Fireball get a wipe, this will probably just fall the way of Blank eventually, but getting EU up is a good way to start. Aputo, this has got to be the time he pulls on the Dragon Blade as they commit the Transcendence as well. They need to get the wipe. Atar, he's opening up with the Blade. Oh, but he doesn't get onto the point. The Visor only got one. It actually didn't get the mileage. Fireball do, in fact, cap out. And already, though, they're off to a good start. Taking out older FB Rocket. One trade back onto Kiki, though, is not a bad start for Fireball's defense, but the pressure is still there from Blank. They're happy to keep it going without their Winston. They don't need that for the dive because they've forced Fireball's hand in terms of the positioning. Now going to be able to take out the healer. He can even take his time in taking that if he wants because they will be able to get the cap out here. They're just going to close it for all the kills first. I don't know if they'll have an opportunity to snowball just because they did get a bit of good ult charge here, Fireball, but in any case, easy first push for Blank.
It's not going to be much of a snowball because all they're going to be able to rely on here is a Pulse Bomb. Pulse Bomb would have to be super effective. And like we said, if they can't do it, then this is This is orders
Yeah.
of magnitude worse
It's
than we thought.
it would be an endemic problem. They're already getting right on top of it as they take out NZNR. It also eliminates one of the few ultimates available. Trill going off now, gets the full triple. Geez, they're even just not even going to need a chip because they're going to get a team wipe here. Zalfex is the only one left alive. The respawns can come in, but Blank have ultimate advantage. They set up on the point. Oh my goodness gracious me. Great balls of fire. I don't believe it. Second team wipe. Why not? 6.5 minutes. Can you say time bank? If they do win this, then hey, maybe they do have problems, maybe they don't, but certainly today won't be the day we find out. And Blank, they're well poised for this defense here, already getting the picks onto Fireball, who need to really either commit to winning or losing this fight quick smart. And I say they need to commit to winning or losing because they need to decide to back off if they're going to. They only have 20 seconds left, but they get picked off, trickle kills. I don't think they can do it.
14
oh,
seconds.
Good heavens. NZNR, what are you doing there? He's going to give up a death. And now, best case scenario, they're on this point in a 5 versus 6.
And again, Fireball so far have really struggled to force the overtime. They will get it. They should get it, assuming they don't jump off this
They'll
point
get overtime at the very least, but Rocket, the person who got them that overtime, is already down as the rest of the team now starts to come in for the defense. Trill, good high ground there. Doesn't even need the skies for it. Just getting good picks, getting good pressure. Fireball, no matter how they slice it, they're going to fight this with a numbers disadvantage, and this is Blank territory. Easy ultimates out of them. Blank making it look simple, because really it was.
Not even Fireball no matter how you cut it. It's like Fireball no matter how you cast it. No matter how you channel that Fireball. It's not
that was a stretch.
A little bit.
Was a stretch. Happened, but Fireball, this is going to be their toughest challenge this whole tournament. At least
I think we said that last time they played Blank as well, though.
Well,
every time they play Blank, it's the toughest challenge.
Well, this time it's even tougher than last time because, I mean, like you said, this is more time than what you normally have out of the gate. So they don't just have to defend the regular amount, they have to defend even more than that. And they already failed to defend against Blank with the regular amount of time. Trill being the only kill they have so far, actually, they've just got HR as well. But there are so few Fireball members here. They didn't even need a minute. They did it in 45 seconds. They could have done it in the amount